Hey everybody, it's Root Beer, and my pack of D-BT05 came a lot sooner than I thought it would. When I got the tracking number for it, it said it wasn't going to be here until Tuesday the 21st. It is currently the 15th on Wednesday, so I'm recording this right after I record the strategy presentation video. So yeah, it's time for everyone's favorite form of low-effort content, the pack opening video, and honestly, I have no idea what I actually want out of this box. When I did the lyrical one, I had a vague notion of, maybe I wanted a Kyrie SP, and maybe just getting some, triggers and stuff, because those were really expensive, but for this set, I already ordered the deck that I had an interest in as singles, so I ordered all of the Tamayura cards, because that looked really sweet coming out of this set, and also I just like Fox Girls, so I'm kind of thinking that, whatever triple Rs I end up pulling in this box, maybe I'll just go into it for the sake of, having more content to show you guys. You know, I want to be able to do more stuff for this channel, and, right now, Atlas doesn't seem particularly interested in anything, so it's, mainly up to me to just, build decks and maybe shove them at Atlas just so we have some more interesting things to showcase. At least for Standard, he does care about Premium, but those are two different things, and the Premium set isn't coming out for a while, so for now, let's get into D-BT05. So I've heard that the SP rates in this box are a lot lower than they were in previous boxes, which is why all of them are $40, right? Sorry, I need to hydrate. My throat's been really dry lately. But yeah, as I was saying, I've heard that SPs are, at lower quantities now, so the SPs in this set are, way more expensive, and if I get a good one, so if I get Tamayura especially, then that would basically pay off the box on its own. But we shall see, and whatever, triple Rs we end up getting, I might just build the deck for the sake of diversity on this channel, like I said. Alright, so first things first, we have Ignite Blow Dragon. I haven't read, any of this card, so if you have a grade 3 it's a 7k grade 1, if you have a grade 3 in Soul, it gets 2k power and 5k shield. More shield value is nice. I feel like it's not super impactful or anything. So this is a Keter Sanctuary card. When it intercepts, if you have 3 or more cards in damage, get shield plus 10k. These sure do exist. For the most part, it feels like set 5 didn't really do a whole lot in terms of, shaking up the meta. I think Tamayura is, a playable deck. A lot of people are really into Thagria. That card is $10 right now, so if I pull that, that's going to be a very expensive deck to go into, unfortunately, but I guess we'll see what's going on. So, what's this? Nothing interesting here. Speaking of Thagria, so we have the grade 2 Thagria here, and our first triple R is one of the Direful Dolls, which is super cheap, and I already ordered 4 copies of it. Nice. So already, this box is just the most amazing value. And I kid, I actually really like doing these videos. I'm perfectly happy to just spend my money doing videos that nobody watches. It's all in good fun. So we got the Wingull Brave. We have our first version of Ava. I think she might be just the worst out of all of the ride lines. Another Thagria. I might try to, organize these a little better, depending on, cards I end up wanting to go into. Let's see. So this isn't something super important. Looks like we have another shiny card in this next pack already. That's going to be really boring if all of the first packs in the opening are all my triple Rs. So this is the grade 2 Tamayura. I already ordered all of them, but alright, so our first triple R that is not something I was already planning to go into is, in fact, Ava. Probably the worst ride line out of all of the new ones, but alright, Twitter. Is this going to be another Bov Sagra situation where I say something stupid and And even though none of you are going to hold me to it, I'm still going to do it. So, if I pull, like, enough Ava support, or if I pull an SP of her, I'm just going to, like, max rarity the deck, fuck my wallet. So, are you guys going to hold me to that one again if I do that? Let's see. So yeah, let's make an Ava pile, just in case I end up doing something really stupid again and make another $900 Bavsagra mistake. Okay, so we have Chaos. Another of this dude. Another of the Angel. I didn't read what this card did, so when it attacks grade 3 or greater Vanguard, it gets 5k for each token, so that's for Rowoa. We have the grade 2 Thagria again. I don't think you run multiple copies of this. Yeah, it's only when it's rode upon, so you only need the one copy for your ride line. Another grade 2 Tamayura, another card that you do not need multiple copies of. And then a Hollow, so this is a Blaster support card. I'm not really planning on going into those. I might go into, like, Phantom Blaster Overlord. That looked pretty cool, but that was another, like, randomly expensive card in this set. I guess because out of, like, all the new ride lines, Phantom Blaster Overlord is, like, decently playable. I think, looking at Dexander's blog, it was putting up okay results. So I don't play I play Gravidia, and Gravidia doesn't care about any of these. Another Wingull. Is this Blaster support? No, if you just rode a grade 3, so it's not really. Another grade 1 Eva. This only activates on ride, so it doesn't matter. Grade 2 Chaos. And our first double R for the set looks like it's a piece of Blaster support for Phantom Blaster. I don't think this card was worth it, because it's like Counterblast 2 retire if it gets retired by a Blaster Vanguard, so unfortunately, our, like, high rarity pulls from this box are not looking too great so far. And, like, best case scenario, I end up building a dumb deck because I made a stupid bet on Twitter again. I guess we're not on Twitter right now, we're on YouTube. So I make a stupid bet on YouTube and end up with another, like, random deck that I'm gonna have to, like, gaslight myself into liking. Which is kind of what happened with Bavsagra, and I just noticed all the booster packs have, like, different art on them. So there's, like, Rowoa, there's Majesty Blaster, PBO, Dote. So another Thagria, grade 1, which, yep, none of these are important. You know, I do appreciate when, like, the ride line cards have some sort of application outside of just being in the ride deck, although it looks like none of these do that. Some more commons. You know, none of these are, like, super important right now. This is some Blaster support. We have a Maron. So our next Hollow in this set looks like it's going to be the heal trigger for Dragon Empire. I did not buy these when I got all my Tamayura stuff. I figure, like, the effect is kind of situational, and having it flipped where it's 10k base and then gains 15, I don't know it's worth, like, the few niche situations it comes up in. These are if they attack 2 or more times, so only good against restanders. I don't know. I wasn't too sold on them. I wish they were still 15k base. You know, all of the other, like, enhanced power triggers do that same thing, and these already have additional restrictions on them. I don't know that they needed to put the lower shield value for them to be balanced. I guess they didn't want it to be a complete no-brainer that you just play these, although for, like, premium format and everything, I think you're just sticking to the Heal Guardians that, you know, being grade 3 gives them a lot of strategic value, and the call effects are actually pretty relevant sometimes. Actually, it's super relevant because you don't want to get damage denied. What am I saying? So, yeah, let's just... we do have... Oh, right, we have the Rowoas, so, you know, I guess I'll point out the ride lines as I get them. I believe this card is being played in all of the Tamayura lists that I've been looking at. So I think I already ordered multiple copies of this, but, you know, Tamayura calls things out of the soul. This puts itself into soul and gives power, so, You know, worst case scenario, if you don't have all of your dolls on hand, then you can use this, you know, eat itself, and then it'll call it back out. And you also get some power on your other columns, right? But it also, like, vacates the board, so if you just needed a soul charge, because I believe Tamayura does take up a lot of soul for, like, her fox arts, you know, that's also good for that. Or this is also good for that purpose. I can English very well. So this is some plant token stuff. A fox art, you know. So that's more Tamayura stuff that I already ordered everything for. You know, that's just how it is when you buy a box on top of buying singles. Our next holo looks like it's something for the Brant Gate. So when it's placed on rear, put one non-trigger unit from drop to the bottom of your deck, and then if you put a grade 3 or greater card, Soul Blast 3 and draw a card. Jesus Christ, does Ava, like, Soul Charge a bunch? Hang on, what does this card even do? I don't remember. Look at research orders. It gets 5k when it attacks. Search your deck for her, like, partner card, call it to rear. So yeah, I have no idea how you're getting that much soul, but this is a Brantgate card, and I may have just convinced myself to play Eva, even though I know the deck is bad, so we'll see. Yeah. Unfortunately, like, Eva would probably be okay if the research order didn't just randomly minus you a whole bunch. But here we are. I mean, there's no indication that any of these are going to be supported because, you know, starting from set 6, we're into all of the Will dress stuff, and that looks like it's just going to be following the anime for all the support. Seems like we already kind of got a sneak preview of how that's going to go down with the Special Series 2, which it was very disappointing to realize that my pet decks aren't going to be supported, but what can you do? I've already done multiple episodes complaining about this on the podcast. I don't think I need to keep bothering y'all with it. So, this is a Stealth Dragon. When placed by Vanguard's ability, it gets plus 10k. I don't think a lot of people were on this just because calling the 2 dolls gives you a bunch of extra attacks compared to calling one big guy, so usually, like, 1 big column versus 2 small columns, you take the 2 columns because it's more potential damage while also having similar, like, shield value in terms of, like, cards you take away from your opponent. I think I explained all of this before in an episode we did with Proof. I can't remember the exact number right now. Power for every set order. And it's placed on rear by something other than itself. Hey, we got the Thagria starter. So that's going in the Thagria pile. So this is like an order. So we have Life-Saving Angel as our next holo. So when another unit is put in the same column as this standing from a card effect, you can return this unit to your hand. Okay, I don't know why I had so much trouble reading that, but basically, if it's standing and you put something in the same column, you can bounce it to hand. I don't know that this is the most amazing thing in the universe, although Thagria does need to, like, discard stuff for her restand, I believe, so maybe this is useful as, like, discard fodder. I don't know. I feel like you could probably be playing some more impactful cards. But I also haven't been looking super closely at the Thagria lists. My main concern is, of course, Tamayura. So, common, grade 0 Tamayura, another grade 1 Eva, another grade 1 Thagria, this dude again. And we have the Steam Maiden, so the Chaos kind of needs you to have, like, the whole Highlander thing going on, so that's interesting. Let's see. Oh, hey, I just noticed. Can you, let's see if this comes into focus. Come on, Logitech, you know you want to. It's not gonna focus, no, but there's a typo on this. It says, choose a grade 1, but the choose has 2 C's on it. Come on, you're almost there, you can do it. I think it doesn't want to focus. There, it focused finally, so can you see it? Can you see the misprint? You know. It's like right here. Oh, and it doesn't want to focus again. Unfortunate. Well, maybe I'll post a picture of this on Twitter later after I record this, but there was a typo there. That's pretty amusing. What does this card, like, actually do, though? When it's placed on rear from hand, if your soul has 8 or more cards with different names, choose a grade 1 card or less card from soul, call it to rear. If it has 10 or more with different names, choose a grade 4 or less instead of a grade 1. So, you know, it seems like it's decent as long as you play, like, the Chaos Highlander stuff. Excuse me. I think Borrow Magnus probably still just has the better payoff. My god. I'm actually just going to have, like, 1,000,000 copies of Eva, aren't I? Alright, let's see what's going on with this. For each order card in Bind Zone, so this, like, kind of supports What's-His-Face's Orga. Nothing super interesting that's standing out right now. Another one of this guy. Some blaster support. And our third triple R of the set, oh my god, I can talk, is Majesty Lord Blaster. So I was not very impressed with this card when I first saw it, and looking at topping results, it doesn't seem like this card is doing a whole lot. You know, so it has the OG skill of, you know, the continuous 2k and a crit, and then, you know, putting a Blaster Blade, you can retire a rear guard, and then putting Blaster Dark, it gets the drive +1. I really wish this card would just gain the 10k like it used to. I feel like the power that it gets just isn't good enough, and at the end of the day, having to eat each of the blasters to get its skills means you're never truly plussing with the deck. It's just not great. You know, I feel like the 10k skill would actually just be more relevant. So yeah, that's our third triple R. I believe we get 4 of them in the box, so we'll see what our last one ends up being. I don't know if you can pull any, like, repeat cards. So, you know. Oh, our grade 0 Eva. If I pull the full ride line, I will just play the deck. At base rarity, of course. I'm not SPing out this shit for no reason. The only way I will SP out this deck is if I pull an SP Eva, and that's probably not happening. God, I hope it doesn't happen. Let's stop making stupid bets on the internet. Shall we? So, another Wingull. I'll put that with the Blaster Blade. A non-shiny version of this dude. Hey, a new Blaster Dark. And a Hollow Plant token. Look at this guy. He's so confident just standing there. So yeah, nothing too interesting in that set. I already had 4 copies of Blaster Dark because I played stupid PBD back when it was lame. I think we have maybe 1 video on the channel. I don't even know if we have that much, although our friend Omar did manage to top during Springfest with PBD. You know, he was the one guy. So we're all still very proud of him for that accomplishment. So, you know, some more not super interesting stuff. Another grade 0 Tamayura. Gigantic Beater. So this is just a gigantic beater. And it's like some battle siren that just, like, gets power for rested units. It's whatever. And it looks like our last triple R of the set is in fact a Thagria. So I saved myself $10 whole by spending 40. And oh god, Thagria. I don't think it's possible for me to pull Dark Thagria anymore unless it's an SP, so, you know, I think my bet still stands where if I pull Dark Thagria as my SP, we'll go into Thagria, and if I pull the grade 2 Eva, we'll go into Eva. So that's going to be how I make my decisions for this, and then I can let my wallet regret my life choices later. Although, since they, like, reduce the number of SPs per case, I wonder if the SP is even guaranteed anymore in a box. Perhaps not. So, Tier Knight, you know, nothing, like, super interesting here. Ooh. So we have the grade 2 Rowoa, but we're not going to pull the grade 3 anymore, so we're not going into him. And then our next double R is this guy. So when it's discarded from hand during the battle phase, you can give a unit 5k. So this is obviously meant to work with Dote. Not super interesting. Only a few packs left. Are we going to come away from this with any, like, new decks that I want to play? With my poor decision making. Let's see. So Soul has 5 or more cards, it just gets 10k. We have a Chaos, but we're not gonna get... How many, like, grade 1 Tamayuras did I get? I got a bunch of the grade 2 Tamayuras. I didn't get a grade 1 yet, so I have the ride line now. So we got grade 1 Chaos. I think I have everything but the grade 3 for that as well, but we're not getting it anymore because we pulled all our triple Rs already. And then it looks like this sticky. How is this a double R? Counterblast 1, retire 2 other rear guards, draw, give it 5k. Why is this a double R? Holy crap. This guy does see some play in Tamayura lists that I've seen, but I already ordered the necessary copies, so... Another, like, why do I buy singles and then buy a box moment. Alright, only 2 packs left. I think we just don't get the guaranteed SPs anymore. That's a very sad moment for these pack openings. You know, the guaranteed SPs are like how it maintains some semblance of value. Another one of this, another Vigria 0. This doesn't do anything. Another Eva grade 0, that's not important. Another 0 Chaos. Aiding Monster, so when it's discarded from your hand, look at top 5 for set order, and then reveal it. So, I have no idea how Eva discards stuff, but look at that. It's a cute little penguin kaiju. And then, okay, so, that's 1, 2, 3, 4. This is a 5th triple R. Maybe I miscounted the ratio, but we have the glitter card for Ruroa. Unfortunately, it is not what I'm looking for out of this. I'm kind of down to these 2 cards now, and I just noticed that this puts me in between, like, 2 waifu decks again, even though, like, at every possible opportunity I get, I try to insist that I don't play just nothing but waifu decks. I'm sure you all believe me. Alrighty. So yeah, we got like 1 more triple R than I was expecting. Maybe that just replaces the SP. It's unfortunate that it's not one I'm particularly interested, alongside my fucking duplicate. So yeah. None of these are particularly interesting comments. Another Planty Boy. Oh, there it is. We have the grade 2 Eva, so I think... Oh no, and I got a holo of the grade 0 Eva too, so... Oh god, am I gonna, like, convince myself to play this terrible deck? Let's do it. Let's play Eva. Oh boy. Alright, last pack. If we don't get an SP here, that means the boxes no longer guarantee SPs, which is sad times. I don't think that's gonna stop me from doing pack openings, just because this is easy content, and I kinda like doing them, you know? I think I'm at a point in Vanguard where I'm just like, random BS go, just whatever method I can use to find new decks to play. I have so many just lying around. So yeah, more stuff, Rowoa, yeah, and then my last triple R is fucking Burning Horn. I don't want to play Dote, and this seems like a real waste of... Man, this one doesn't even go with the Majesty Lord that I pulled. So, that's going to be it for this box. It looks like I've convinced myself to play the worst ride line out of the new 5, and there's no guarantee that they'll ever be supported so that Ava can get a not terrible research order, but here we go. We're gonna just play the bad deck and then gaslight ourselves into liking it. Thank you for watching, everybody. If you enjoyed this video, and I don't know why you would, consider liking, subscribing, doing all the stuff the algorithm... doing all the stuff that appeases the algorithm. I can remember my own stupid joke for this. If you like our content, you can support us on Patreon. $5 gets you a whole-ass bonus show. $10 gets you early access to dumb shit like this, alongside a shout-out, which I am going to do right now. Thank you to Darren, Cole, Josh, Jeremy, and Mewwill. You can find us on Patreon at Nexus at Night. You can follow us on Twitter or Instagram at Nexus at Night. We also have a promo card for 50cards.shop to get 5% off your order with code ATNIGHT. We also have merch. Links are in the description. You can follow Atlas on Twitter or Instagram at Atlas Novak. You can find Matt at Wiggums, 2Gs, 2Zs. And you can find me at Plasma Eclipse. Thank you for watching, everybody. Bye-bye.